Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Shy. This is The Balcony. Today's episode, fellas. So y'all can see. What's this? Because that's a 6 to me. That's a 6. That's a 6. That's a 6. No, I'm not doing demonic, nothing like that. This episode is about perspective. I wrote 6s. To y'all, that's gonna look like 9s. Perspective and expectations. This episode is about more so expectations. It's not a gray area topic for me. It's a touchy topic for me because I know the disappointment that comes with expectations. You know, when you set them too high for yourself, when you put them on others. You know, people sometimes disconnect from what it means to expect something and have a standard. There's a thin line between the two. Standards, procedures, things that no matter the conditions, like no matter what, this is to be done. You know, some expectations are, I kind of feel like, are things that because you do it, you gotta do that back. You have to, in the same way I gave it to you in. You're you, fellas. No one could give you the same way you give it. You see what I'm saying? Because only you know how to do it in your way, you know. And that's where a lot of things kind of get disrupted because as men, like I told y'all all the time, like I told you in the last episode, it starts with us, you know. You gotta lead by example. Something small is getting the car door. You know, I hear a lot of y'all, oh, she don't cook, she don't. A lot of y'all don't open the door. None of that. None of that. Whole umbrellas. It's like chivalry is dead. You know, not all of us. But for the most part, like expectations. You know, we expect women to do this. But we don't do it. At least not all of us anyway. At one point in time, I didn't do it. You know, I wasn't paying attention to opening car doors and stuff like the little things, but those things were expected. You know, until I realized, like, no, that's actually a standard. Chivalry is a standard. It's not an expectation, you know. I think things that are expected is like respect, honesty. You know, those are things people say, oh, I expect that. Oh, that's a standard. That should be no matter what. You see what I'm saying? But it don't be. And for us, I know for myself, I had to simplify it, you know, and it took me a long time to simplify it because I wasn't understanding that I was setting people up for failure because I was setting the ball so high because I know how I was. You see what I'm saying? I used to wear my heart on my sleeve. I wanted to talk about every little, you see what I'm saying? And I expected my peers to have that same energy. And when they did it, you know, it caused me to get upset, you know, irritated, you know, angry, pissed, you know. But for what? Free will. You know, that person they can reciprocate whatever they want. You see what I'm saying? But it's up to them to decide. You know, and even then, if they decide to reciprocate that love, us as men have to be open-minded that it's not gonna be the same how we give it out. You see what I'm saying? Like, not saying like the gist is gonna be different because love is love. Just it's more one way to skin a cat. You see what I'm saying? Like, I might show love in like gifts, affection, and stuff like that, but somebody else may, well, why do you do that? Material, you know, should be sufficient for happiness. It's all about perspective, you know. It's all about perspective. Expectations, it can be dangerous, just like free will. It can be. You know, you set yourself up for failure and disappointment, and you set them up for failure and disappointment, and then there's an argument because you feel like you ain't giving me But in truth be told, they could be giving you, but you want the love back how you give it. And it's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting things you give out, but you have to keep in mind that as human beings, you know, people's environments, you know, their past shape how they put things out, you know. And that's as men, we have to have a standard. If they not carrying it a certain way, and you know you putting your best foot forward, then. But a lot of times, to be honest, fellas, we ain't really putting our best foot forward until after we lost something, until after, you see what I'm saying? And that's why I get mad at, because I'm tired of hearing that from myself. I'm tired of hearing that from men that look like me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I take it to heart, because it's the truth. It's like we always catch it after the fact. And we always catch it after we lost something, after the L, after the hurt, after the pain. You see what I'm saying? That's when we want to, oh yeah, nah. I don't care how long it take me. I'm going to keep putting that energy out and keep trying to show y'all how to catch it beforehand. You see what I'm saying? And it's all about having a standing expectation of yourself. But not setting your expectations too high that you can't simplify. Like I told you in the last one, like, expectations and standards, in accordance to the last episode, like I was telling you, brush your teeth, floss. These are little things that should be a standard. Expecting somebody, like, oh yeah, I bought them a Jag, so they gotta buy me, That's when you set yourself up for failure. What you do should be in the kindness of your heart and not to receive back. And a lot of men, we subconsciously invest, And when we do that, that's when controlling gets into play, manipulative gets into play, things and characteristics that us as men, we should shy away from, because that's always been a stigma when describing a man, Maybe not for all men, and I never want to, categorize us all, because all men are different, but in the same instance, we all share similar characteristics too, Rather it be anger, not talking when you're angry, not talking at all, It's different thing how we put out, how we lash out. There's always some type of similarity somewhere, because men are men, women are women. But my focus is on the men, Guys, we gotta simplify expectations. We have to. And we have to make the standard solid, not just for yourself, but for everybody and everything around. Because when you in line, everything else fall in line, and you can't try to pull from other people to get you in line. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you can't give it to yourself, I expect her. That's my shorty. She got and that's when that also stigma, like, you're not a child. Your girl not your mom. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different things that just branch off from expectations. That's like the tree, and it's like all these little things that keep trying to. Fellas. Start from your root. Start from your basis. Life is always about perspective, and a lot of different things. Like, I look at tarot cards, me personally, besides just reading the Bible and praying and stuff like that. It just helps put things in perspective. And life is always about perspective. That's just what it is to it. Fellas, it start with us. It really do. Like, there's no way about it. But in that same breath, just because it start with us, that controlling and all that, Definitely make sure you right and center and have your standard. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So, yeah, this is my standard. I expect my partner or whoever around me, to have integrity, to have honesty, to have trust. You see what I'm saying? Now, those are expectations because it's free will. They can do whatever they want to do with it. That's that difference between expectations and standards. Because standards is everything. I think the word is interpersonal. Like, inside. I think I said it right. Whereas those expectations, that kind of go along with free will. You expect somebody to do something for you or give it back to you, but they can do whatever they want to do. That's just how it works. If you like what you hear, you love the energy, like and subscribe. This is a deep passion of mine. Y'all don't even understand, because I'm tired. I'm tired of we catching stuff late. Man, we always catch it late. And be like, dang. I'm tired of us catching stuff late. However long it take, however many videos it take, fellas, it start with us. It really, 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 really do. And we gotta start clicking. Like no funny. Like, self first. The small things. Start with, like I said, and I always say this because this is why I started, like, hygiene. Start there, and then kind of, that's you simplifying, because it's one thing at a time. You know, fellas, we be trying to do everything. Like, nah, one thing at a time, one goal at a time, one task at a time, one thing at a time. And it start with getting up. You know, have a routine, yo. Like, no kizzy. And if you smoke, put a bottle of water in you in the morning. Try to brush your teeth and floss. Like, I cannot stress that enough, fellas. Cause, yo, y'all be really wildin'. Y'all be really wildin'. I don't say y'all, we be really wildin'. I say y'all because I brush my teeth and floss. But like I said, you know, it start with the little things. Because even though I was doing that, it might have been something else I wasn't doing, you know. But when I was able to finally tap in and simplify everything around me, that's when things really started to pick up for me. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, material world, everything. Expectations and standards, fellas. Learn the difference. Know which is which and know how to move about it. If you like what you hear, like and subscribe. Any questions, Instagram, The Balcony 24/7, YouTube, The Balcony. My name is Shy. This is The Balcony.